Hey, welcome back to another Moralis video. My name is Bharat, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how you can leverage Moralis APIs and RPCs in order to build on top of Moonbeam. So let's get started. So I'm just going to start with a quick overview of Moonbeam. And if you're not familiar with Moonbeam, Moonbeam is basically an EVM compatible blockchain that bridges the capabilities of EVM and polkadot ecosystem. And if you look closely here, these are some of the features which Moonbeam provides. You get seamless multi-chain integration because now you can build apps on the Moonbeam network, which ultimately can have interoperability within the Polkadot ecosystem as well. You also get EVM compatibility in a Polkadot world, which means that you can basically write contracts similar to how you would write smart contracts on any EVM chain and deploy it onto Moonbeam. You also have the enhanced dev experience because right now, if you're an EVM developer, you don't have to learn any new language, etc. You can directly start building on Moonbeam, and you also get higher performance and lower costs due to the Moonbeam network. So coming to how exactly you can start building on top of Moonbeam, Moralis basically provides APIs and RPCs that make it a whole lot faster and easier for you to build on top of Moonbeam. And coming to what APIs we have an NFT API, which means you don't have to deal with any sort of indexing or querying the RPC for all of this data because Moralis has everything indexed, which means you can just do an API call and get stuff which you normally can't get very easily. So with the NFT API, you're going to get stuff like NFT transfers, prices, NFT ownership, all sorts of NFT data. Then coming to token API, you're going to get token prices, token metadata, token transfers, ownership, etc. Wallet API is like the solution for building wallets. So if you have a wallet and you want to show your users holdings, you want to show your users NFTs, you're going to be able to use the wallet API to do that. And you're going to get all of this data on the Moonbeam network. And then comes the blockchain API. So if you're building like block explorers, or if you're building any kind of application that requires you to query the blockchain data, like the raw transactions or the block data, you're going to also get that through Moralis APIs. And price API basically gives you prices for tokens on Moonbeam network. And finally, you have the docs right here. So you can just head over to the docs, which will take you to docs.moonbeam.network. And over here, you can basically find out everything you need to know about Moonbeam, about the working of the network, etc. How you can claim tokens from the faucet if you are building on testnet, etc. You can do it right here. And if you want to head over to the Moralis docs, you can click on you can head over to docs.moralis.com, and that's going to take you straight to our API documentation. So once you're here in docs.moralis.com, which you can get by just clicking Explore Docs, you can basically explore all of our APIs and actually try it out on the Moonbeam network. So I'm just going to start a step by step, and I'm going to go over a couple of these APIs as well to show you how you can actually use this in your applications while building on Moonbeam. So let's start with token API. So let's just wait for this. Okay, there we go. So now that I'm here, you can see all of the APIs which are present under the token API category. And to start with, let's start with the token metadata API. So if you see right here, we have an endpoint called get token metadata that's going to give us the ERC20 token metadata by contract address. So if you want to access the method documentation, you can just click on this. Or if you want to check out the Swagger, you can click on resources and just go to EVM API Swagger as well. So I'm going to open this up on a new tab. So I have get ERC20 token metadata by contract. If you also want to see what supported chains are present, you can just click on this. And if you see right here, we have Moonbeam, Moonriver, and Moonbase. And you can see what are the APIs which are supported under each category. So now coming back to our ERC20 token metadata. Now we can, if you want to query this token metadata for any Moonbeam token, that's why I have the Moonbeam Explorer right here. So over here, you can basically track all transactions. You can find out wallet balances, etc. right here by just searching for all the transaction hash, etc. So now I'm just going to go on top tokens. And if we go into top tokens, we're going to see the top tokens on Moonbeam. I'm just going to click on wrap BTC. And if you click on this, there we go. We got the token contract address. So with this contract address, we're going to fetch the metadata for this wrap Bitcoin token. So first thing you have to do is set the chain to Moonbeam. So now that we're here, I'm just going to select Moonbeam here. and you can pass in whatever addresses you want to get the metadata for. So I'm just going to put in this address here, and you can test live API straight from this, or if you want to run it in a terminal, you've just got to head over to developers.moralis.com, and once you're here, just log in, and as soon as you have logged in, you will be able to copy your API key and get access to pasting your API key right here and try it out. So I'm just going to show you that right now, right from the docs, so that you can directly check it out. And now if we hit test live API, there we go. So this is how fast the API is. You can see we got the response. We've got the name, we've got the symbol, we've also got the logo. So you get the logo of the token. So there we go. You got the Wrap Bitcoin logo there. You also get the thumbnail. You get the total supply, the fully diluted valuation, total supply formatted, etc. And you also get links to all of the tokens. So now that we are basically here on the ERC20 token metadata, I'm going to show you some more of the token APIs. So we go back here and let's try get wallet token balances. So this is actually going to give you the ERC20 token balances by wallet. So let's find out some wallets here. So I'm just going to find out this address. I'm just going to take this address here and let's see what this has got. So let's take the address page. There we go. And now you can see its holdings. So looks like this doesn't actually have any tokens. So let's find out a wallet that has some tokens. So I'm just going to head back here and let's find the latest transactions. There we go. So looks like even this one does not have any token. So how about this? There we go. This has got like around 7 tokens, or at least one ERC20 token. So with this, let's try to query the address. Okay, now let's set the network to Moonbeam. There we go. So you can also put in extra parameters here. So you can put in up to which block you want to query the balance. You can also get the token addresses you want to check the balances for, etc. So now I'm just going to query this. And there you go. So we have got the token that it basically has. And if you see here, it is this one, DBC, DB Cooper. And that's what we see right here as well. So you can see the total supply, formatted, the balance that the user has, etc. So this is how you can use the ERC20 token balance API in order to fetch balances by wallet. So coming next, let's try out the get token transfers. So now what we're going to be able to do is we're going to retrieve the token transfers by wallet. So if we go into this particular wallet address, you can see that this has only one transfer. So maybe let's try to find out something which has a lot more transfers. So I'm just going to go into token transfers here. And let's go into this token, wrapped GMLR, and let's get the contract. There we go. So now if we put in this and set the network to Moonbeam, let's go here. There we go. And now if you hit test live API, yep. So you've got all of the transfers for this particular token, for this particular wallet address. Okay, so we have actually queried it by, we need to put in the token. So I'm just going to take a wallet address here because we have actually put in the token address. So now that we've got token holder address, let's put this in and let's hit test live API. Yep. So there you go. Now you've gotten all of the token transfers made by this wallet. And if you see 56 seconds ago, this was a token transfer that was just made. And the users actually moved some GLMR tokens, I'm guessing. So that's what you see right here. So you can see that the token name was wrapped GLMR. You can see from address to address, how much was the value transferred, and all of that data, you get it right here through the transfers by wallet. However, if you want to get the transfers by contract, you can use the get ERC20 token transfers by contract API. And this time, let's put in the wrap GMLR token. So I have the wrap GLMR token right here. Let's put that in over here and let's set the network to Moonbeam again. So, okay, we have set it to Moonbase. So let's put it to Moonbeam. Now if you hit test live API, you can see it's loading. There we go. So you've got all of the token transfers that were made by this particular contract address, and that is basically the wrap GLMR token. And you also get the cursor in case you want to paginate between all the transfers. So you can use the cursor value in order to paginate. So now that we have basically seen the token transfers and token balances, let's try out some other APIs. So I'm going to try out the token holders. So let's use the get ERC20 token holders endpoint in order to find out the owners for this particular token. So I'm just going to copy the contract address right here. Let's put this in, and let's put in Moonbeam right here. So now you can set the various fields you want, like if you want to just limit to top 10 results, or what's the order in which you want to return, etc. So now I'm just going to run the test live API, and there we go. So now you're basically getting all of the owners. You can see how much is the percentage relative to total supply they own. So this wallet looks like it's actually controlling 36% of the total supply. So you can actually verify this by copying the address. If you head over to the Explorer, let's try searching. There you go. So now you can actually see this is a contract address, and you can see that it actually owns this much wrap GLMR tokens. So that's how you can use the get ERC20 token holders endpoint in order to fetch holders. So apart from this, you also get access to the blockchain API. So now I'm going to show you the blockchain API as well. So now that we're in the blockchain API, these are some capabilities of the blockchain API. You can basically get block data, you can get transaction data, you can get the latest block number, etc. So now what we can do is let's try getting the transaction by hash. And what you can see right here is if you go into the Moonbeam main Explorer page, you can see all of the transactions here. So all these transactions, you can see the hashes. And if you see, you can see that this is the transaction action from to value. More details in case it's a contract interaction, you will find the input data field here, etc. So now let's use this transaction hash and try querying this. So I'm just going to put this in. I'm going to select the network as Moonbeam. And now if you hit test live API, there we go. So you can see this transaction just happened 30 seconds ago, but it's available right now on Moralis. And if you see closely at this transaction, you can see the from address, which is 0xBAE. That's what we see right here as well. The from address, you can see the transaction fee, the value. So the value was this much GLMR token. So that's what we see right here. So this is basically formatted without accounting for the decimals. So if you want to actually get this value, you have to divide by the decimals. And now if you see the gas, you can see the gas price, what's the block hash, and how much transaction fee was paid. So whenever you're building like a block explorer or something where you want to show all this data for the Moonbeam network, you can directly use the APIs in order to do that. So now we have seen get transaction by hash. So now we can basically head over to some of the other APIs. So I'm going to show you the, let's say, wallet API. So if you go into the wallet API, you can see we have a bunch of endpoints here. And all of these are perfect if you're building your own wallet, etc. Because you get the wallet history, you can get wallet token balances, etc. So now let's actually try getting the wallet history for a particular wallet. So now that we're here on the endpoint page, we can actually take a random wallet address. So I'm just going to try this one. So if you see, this has got a balance. So I'm just going to copy the address. And now if we go here and paste in the address and select the network as Moonbeam, we will be able to get the complete wallet history for that particular wallet address. So let's wait for this API, and there we go. So here you get like a whole lot of things. It's perfect if you're building wallets or any kind of solution. So if you see right here, you can see the hash, you can see the from address, to address, what's the value, the gas price paid, etc. And you can also get the summary of the transaction. So you can see that this particular transaction was just a signing. So that's what you see, and category is also available. So which means you will be able to map out all of the token interactions or contract interactions made by a wallet, and you can actually make a chart which says, okay, this was token transfers, this many contract interactions, etc. And that's kind of perfect if you're building wallets and you want to show all the stats for a wallet. So that's what you see with the wallet history endpoint. Now we can try out the get native transactions, and this is actually going to give you all the transactions made by the wallet. So let's try this out. And the wallet history is actually an advanced version of the native transactions by wallet. That's what you see right here, because with wallet history, you're going to get all of the metadata, labels, categories, summary, etc., which is kind of perfect whenever you're building wallets. So now with this native transactions by wallet, let's again query this particular address and let's see what we get. So I'm just going to put Moonbeam right here, and let's actually try querying this. There we go. So now you can basically see right here, these are all the transactions which were made by the wallet. So you can see the input field is actually huge, and that's what you see right here. In case you're basically deciding to decode this input field with the ABI, etc., you will be able to do that as well. So that's what you see right here. You can see the hash, the transfers, in case any, etc., and that's what we see with the native transactions by wallet. So coming to the next API we can try out, let's basically try ERC20 token transfers by wallet. So if I take this wallet address, let's actually try to find out what are the ERC20 transfers. So I'm going to try querying this on Moonbeam. So let's hit test live API. There we go. So okay, looks like there is a mistake with querying this. Let's see what's the error. Okay, so I'm just going to paste the address again, and let's try it again. Okay, so I think we have already seen the ERC20 transfers by wallet, or either that this wallet does not have any ERC20 transfers. Okay, so looks like this wallet doesn't have any ERC20 transfers itself. So that's what you see right here, that there are no matching entries. So it seems to be just a wallet that's holding these tokens. So if we go back and try to find out, so I'm going to take token transfers here and let's actually see this one. So if you see the from address here, let's actually query this. And now if you go to the token transfers on this, you can see a bunch of transfers. So I'm going to try querying this one and hopefully we should get the results. So there we go. So now we've got all of the ERC20 transfers, and if you see, they're ordered by descending. So the latest transfer was actually the well token. So if you go back here, you can see this was the transaction hash. You can see this many tokens of the well. So 10,120, and that's what you see right here, the value. So this is multiplied by the decimals. That's why you basically see this huge number. So that's how you can get the value decimal. So 10,120.37. So that's what you see right here as well. So that's how you can use this ERC20 token transfers by wallet endpoint in order to get all of the ERC20 token transfers. So now we can basically head over to our RPC nodes. So I'm going to show you how you can actually create an RPC node for Moonbeam and how you can actually, let's say, use this RPC nodes to query certain things. So let's basically head over to developers.moralis.com, and once you've clicked on login, you will be able to see your dashboard, which contains all the data you need to get started, like the API key, links to docs, tutorials, etc. And once you're here, you can just click on this node section. Once you're in the node section, you can click on create a new node, and from here you just select a protocol. So I'm going to select Moonbeam, and let's select the network as mainnet. So Moonbeam mainnet is what we're going to be creating. Once you've created the node, we should be able to see it right here. So let's see this here. So you can get the RPC URLs right here. You got site 1 and site 2. With both these URLs, you can access Moonbeam network. So these are the RPC URLs, and now with these URLs, you're going to be able to do any RPC calls to these nodes, which means that you're going to be able to directly query the RPC node. You're going to be able to add this to MetaMask, etc. if you want to actually use this to forward transactions or do any more such capabilities with the RPC node. So to actually check this out, what you can do, you can basically head over to the RPC node section in the docs. And once you're here, you can check out the API reference. So once we're here in the API reference, you can see Moonbeam JSON RPC API, what all things you can basically do, what are the RPC methods which are supported. And let's actually try out some methods. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try out the ETH get balance method. And what this is going to be able to do is it's going to query the balance for a particular address using the RPC call. So if you want to try this out, let's just set the network to Moonbeam. And if you head back here, you can see /Moonbeam. We just need the node key. So I'm going to copy the node API key right here. And let's go back here, paste the node API key. We've got the JSON RPC. Now we can put in the address you want to query the balance for. So let's actually query it for this one. So I'm going to copy this and we should be able to get this GLMR balance. So once we're here, let's put this in and let's actually hit test live API. There we go. So now you've got the result, and the result is actually hex encoded. So when you actually decode this, you're going to be able to get this particular value that you see right here. So that's essentially how you can use the RPC methods in order to actually get data as well. So now that we have seen how you can create the RPC node, you can actually try out all these RPC methods here in order to get data from Moonbeam network. And we've also seen how you can use various Moralis APIs in order to retrieve blockchain data on Moonbeam. So if you have any questions on how to actually get certain data on Moonbeam, or if you're looking to build any applications, feel free to drop it in the comments and I'll be sure to reply to them. And stay tuned for more such tutorials on Moonbeam on how you can leverage Moralis and build a whole lot of applications. Thank you.